You are God, I am God, there is a God, and I am equal to that God is equal to me. There's no difference between God and I. I and God am one in the same. All of these sayings typically come from ignorant people that do not have the first clue or understanding of what that means. And what happens is it devolves into the concept of non-duality, and which is not true. Now, what do I mean when I say these things that from a Christian standpoint, it would appear to be blasphemous? And from a non-duality point of view, it's like common sense and it makes sense to them. Both points of view are utterly wrong. So what am I getting at? Well, this thought that I'm trying to convey in this video is coming from the feedback that I get from my videos. And when I say the feedback, I'm talking about the negative feedback only. I really appreciate the positive feedback because, as any individual would know, unless you're a robot, positive feedback is helpful. I mean, if you, I'm getting off on a tangent here, but I mean, if you think about it, the concept you should pray to God or give thanks for what you have and everything, and it's like, well, why? What's the point of that if God doesn't need it, or God doesn't want it, or it makes no difference? And some people would say, well, it does you some good personally because you need to have an appreciative heart and soul, and that's how you convey that. Not that God needs it or wants it or anything else. And that's just not right. That's just idiocracy. It's stupid. It's like, no, that isn't true. God does actually appreciate when you show appreciation through praise, through love, through respect, and all these things. It does actually make a difference. If it didn't make a difference, then why is it that those that do show this tremendous appreciation and love and respect and everything, these are the individuals that become the renowned world prophets, gurus, whatever the case may be. You don't read about people from thousands of years ago that were just lazy or didn't give a damn about anything or whatever, because enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment, God enlightenment, this never happens to individuals that just don't give a damn. So there's more to it than just it does your heart and soul good. No, it actually does good because God appreciates when God receives true and honest appreciation for what exists for your personal benefit. I'm a little distracted because it's windy outside today. Anyways, where I'm going with this is that I get negative feedback, especially when I make videos about how Shiva is Lucifer or the devil or whatever the case may be. And it is true. That's what Shiva is. Shiva is Lucifer. Shiva is the devil, Satan, whatever. But all I'm doing is putting a word to it. It doesn't, I'm not denigrating Lucifer. I'm not saying, obviously the creator of all reality has allowed Shiva to exist. Didn't create Shiva, but allow Shiva to exist. The creator of all realities created everything which allows the essences of nothingness to self-create themselves into what they are. I've gone down that path before. But, so what I'm getting at, how is it you're equal to God? How is it you are God? How is it there's no difference between you and God? What do I mean by that initial statement I made at the beginning of this? What I mean by that is what lies at the core center of your personal essence, the very thing that defines you as a separate entity, which destroys the notion and concept of spiritual non-duality, is the fact that you do exist as a non-existent essence that has what defines it is that its core center essence is its ability to choose between good and evil. Now, when I say choose between good and evil are notions, are concepts, constructs that come about from the creation of the creator. And so if there's nothing created from which to choose from, then you lay in a stasis of non-existence. You lay dormant. You are static. You are catatonic. You just can't do anything because there's nothing for you to do. You can't create from your own self something because you can't. Because God, the Creator God, the Brahma, the God that Jesus prayed to, this particular individual, which is known as the Creator, creates. That's why he's called the Creator. That's why it, she, whatever, is called the Creator. It creates. It's a creator that creates from a basis foundation of love. And it creates these things, giving you an opportunity to choose, because what you are is a chooser. That's what you are. That it's like people say, what am I? Where did I come from? Blah, 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 blah. You didn't come from anywhere. You've always existed. You have the ability to choose. That's what it's not that you have the ability to. The ability is what you are. The choices created, or the things that are created, came from the Creator. And then you get to choose from those. As I said, the initial choice that you made that self-created yourself was the fact that in the darkness of nothingness, of Brahman, or not Brahman, Brahman, in the darkness of Brahman shone the light, which is, light is another word for love. Light, love, same thing in it's misunderstood as we see the sunlight in it. That's just because see, in reality, there is no such thing as reality. It's all an illusion. Well, the illusion of the sun and sunlight was created to show a story of what is really, truly real. And in the darkness of Brahman shone the light of God, which is love, and it's just light. It isn't doing anything, it's just light. It's proceeding forth from the Creator into the darkness of Brahman. And when you, which is a nothingness inside of Brahman, because Brahman isn't an entity that has cognizant, that has consciousness, that is a thing. It isn't anything. It is nothing, okay? You can't say it's a God. It is nothing, okay? And in this darkness of Brahman shone the light of God, the love of God, and everything that exists, from Shiva to yourself, to anything and everything, was drawn out by an attraction. You were attracted by the love of God. And when you were drawn into that by yourself, by the way, when you chose to respond to that light of God, you exited. By the fact that you chose, created the instantaneousness of creation, and you exited Brahman, of darkness, of nothingness, into somethingness the first time. And then, of course, you proceed billions of years and trillions of choices to get to where you are today. And you continue that process of choice. And it never, that ability to choose is never diminished or added to. It's always the exact same power. And it's the same power of God. God has the power to create this kalpa of time or not to create this kalpa of time. God has the power of choice to create a universe or not create a universe. God had the choice or the ability to shine his light of love or her light of love or its light of love into Brahman, or not to shine the light of love into Brahman. That was a choice. Excuse me, I'm going to close that window further. That was a choice that the Creator made. And that choice is the exact same choice that lies within the core of yourself. And it is the same power. And it is identical to God, the Creator. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because of, I said the negative, excuse me, the negative feedback that I get sometimes when I make that connection, and people go, when I say connection, the connection of Shiva is Lucifer. People say, well, I hope you burn in hell, or you're going to be cast out, or all of these threatening things and everything, and hateful, and how dare you denigrate our religion or whatever. It's what people say sometimes, and coming from Hinduism and stuff, Sanatana Dharma and stuff like that. Well, first off, as I've said before, you don't own God. I don't care if you're from India, you're a Hindu, Sanatana Dharma. I don't care what religion or human race you are or whatever. You don't own God. It doesn't matter what you think. You didn't create God other than the God you created, which is why you're saying these hateful things to me. In my heart and in my soul, I choose to forgive ignorant people that say those things. But they don't change. They see me as a person that they don't like. So they choose to divide themselves from me. Does that make sense? Likewise, when I study the teachings and I understand the nature of Shiva or Lucifer or Satan, I make a choice and I go, oh, I make a choice to divide myself from that individual. That individual has no power, no authority over me other than what I give them. And I choose not to give that person my love. I choose to give my love, my compassion, my dedication to the Creator of all things, the God that Jesus prayed to. How do I see Jesus? I see Jesus as a guru. I see Jesus as more than a guru that actually sacrificed his life for me, for you, to teach you the things that I'm trying to teach right now. And so I love that individual. Why? Because that individual loved me, even though he lived a couple thousand years before I was ever born. It doesn't matter. I still respect an individual that would sacrifice themselves because they love me. Because I can understand that sort of thing. I'm drawn by the love of that individual to be a friend to that individual. I make videos like this because of that individual that taught the love of God. And then I, in turn, try to convey the same thing to anyone else. Now, yes, I might teach spirituality that are the nuts and bolts and the mechanics of how reality exists and all those. Those are just nuts and bolts. That's all they are. But when you get to the essence of what Shiva is, if I give Shiva myself and I don't give myself to the Creator God, then yeah, maybe Shiva could put me in a hell for forever, but I don't care because I don't give my allegiance to that deity. I don't respect that deity. Why? Because that deity doesn't respect me. And that's why I do not respect that deity. I don't care about power and authority. I could be cast into hell for all eternity. I don't care because I know and I have the faith that the God, the creator of all reality, the one that has one-on-one communicated with me over the decades of my life in ways that are impossible to convey over a video camera, that particular God is a God of love. And I have no problems with threats coming from Shiva or any other gods because I don't care. Because Shiva came into existence because of the love of that God. And Shiva exists upon the foundation that was created by that God. And when this kalpa of time is over and that existence of this physical reality and all realities and everything cease to exist, Shiva will go back to Brahman, which is non-existence, darkness. And I'm not going to be there. And Shiva will have no power over me because Shiva will have no power. The only thing that has power is love. And the only source of love is yourself and the Creator. And when you have a love for the Creator, then hatred and anger doesn't exist within you. There are things that are attributed to being said by Jesus that when your heart and soul is filled 100% with love, there is zero space for anything but love. There's no room for hatred. There's no room for retaliation. There's no room for any thoughts of that. Do they exist? Yeah, because you're not an ignorant fool. You understand these things, but you just don't give any place for those things because you're filled with love. That creator that Jesus prayed to, the Creator with no name, the Creator of love that I responded to when I was within Brahman, that is the Creator that I dedicate my love towards. That is the Creator that I have full respect for, full dedication to. And that is the same Creator that Jesus was following. So, that is my video for today. And I appreciate anyone that watches this and anyone that wants to respond in a hateful manner. That's your prerogative too. Because all you're doing is you're dividing yourself from me. I'm not dividing you from me. I love you. I have absolutely zero hatred for you. I couldn't care less if you killed me. It makes no difference to me because I am not this. I'm not this physical body. And you divide yourself from me. And if I'm going to be one with God and you divide yourself from me, where does that mean you're going? Think about that. I'm not saying this in a prideful way. I'm saying it because it's true. The essence of your core is the ability to choose. You can choose love, or you can choose not love. If you choose love, there's no room in your heart for hatred. You no longer talk about rules, regulations. You no longer are going to talk about hell, or you're going to do this and you're going to do that. No, you're not going to do anything except love if you follow that path. That is real. That is beyond the enlightenment of Buddha. The enlightenment of Buddha that is taught is the initial, the lowest level step of what I'm talking about. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.